All those holiday get-togethers are right around the corner. Do you know what you're doing with your hair? Well, if not, I've got 10 easy, natural holiday updo ideas. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to Naturally Creative 101. I'm Kiana Marie, and today I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what to do with your hair for all those great holiday parties that I'm sure y'all are going to. So I've taken my hair, I've washed it, I've conditioned it, I've put oil in it and done the whole moisture treatment and even wrapped them up in twists and let them down. So I'm going to be showing you how to do the very first hairstyle. This is just 2 flat twists back, and we're going to leave that back part open. So I've taken it from the base of my part and I'm twisting inward towards the center of my scalp, but also pulling upward, almost like you're pulling just this one section up into a high ponytail, and I'm going to bobby pin it. When I go to insert these bobby pins, you're not trying to put it over the entire twist. You're going to try and just stick it over just the side piece here and kind of down at a diagonal angle. And I always take my bobby pins and I like to create an X because it makes it so that you can use less bobby pins. So you can see I'm coming from the other side and I'm crossing the 2 bobby pins over each other in an X formation. It really secures the hair and, like I said, makes it so you can use less bobby pins. I'm going to take the other side and do the same exact thing, twisting it back towards the center of my head and also going in an upward motion, almost like we're pulling into like a half up, half down, or a ponytail. And as you can see, I'm not parting it, I'm just taking this section right in the front and I'm just going to pin it. Pin it the same exact way, bobby pin right towards the back, going diagonally down on the inside of the twist, and then also coming on the outside of the twist and crossing over that other bobby pin without going over the entire twist because it tends to stretch out your bobby pins. And then of course always finger fluff your hair. It's usually the best thing. You start to use your pick or your comb and you break apart your curls, go for the fine curl look, and it just also kind of changes the look of your hair. This is what it looks like from the back. And you can see I could totally be ready to go like this. I could put a flower in it right here in black. Or I could take a red because it pops a little bit more against my dark hair. You can place it on the side or up on the top. It's really up to you. Or you could just leave it very simple. Now from here, you can do one of 2 things. You can pull it straight back into a ponytail. And I call this like a low ponytail. So I'm going to gather all of my hair, leaving the bobby pins where they're at, and just securing it one time, just pulling all my hair through just the one time through the hair tie. I'm not going to do it a second time. It makes me lose the fullness of my hair. Just that one time, and any imperfections or things that you see, I use this soft bristle brush. It's very soft. It's different from a brush I'm going to show you later on in the video, but this just smooths out any edges, and then I can pin back anything that I feel is sticking out, or if I feel like there needs to be a little bit more security than 2 bobby pins on each side, I can do that as well. But here I'm just putting just the 1 bobby pin right there so it smooths it all out. So this is a second hairdo that you could do from the first one, but really this is just from the first one. If you don't want to wear it down, you can pull it back. I mean, you could tuck that back piece under. There's a lot you could do from right here. So just real quickly, you can also take it up, which is, I think I said earlier, there's 2 ways to do this. You could pull it straight up. I tend to like to have things off the back of my neck and off of my ears unless I'm wearing my hair strictly down. So this is probably the way that I would do it and how I would go about doing my hair for this hairstyle, this particular hairstyle. And finger fluff. You don't need a comb, you don't need a pick. Very simple. And see, it looks, and people will think you spent a lot of time on an updo, which you really didn't. So right here I'm going to show you how I made this flower for my hair. This is just a flower from the dollar store. I detached the vine from it, attached these crystals with hot glue, and what I'm going to do is, because it has 2 layers, I'm going to take my bobby pin because I'm going to be able to hide it behind the second layer. And I'm going to slide it in between the 2 layers, going as close as I can to the green stem area because that's where all of the mass is to the flower. so that it's not flimsy and falling around in your hair. You just stick it in. It's that simple. And you've got your own hair clip without spending any more than $1, and slide it into your hair. Now, if you felt like this was at all going to come out or it was too flimsy, you could always take another bobby pin and go across the bobby pin that's vertically in your hair, and it'll hold just fine. And it just gives your updo a little extra oomph. So this hairdo that I'm doing here, this hairstyle, this updo that I'm doing here, is what I like to call my high bun. And I'm just gathering all of that hair that's up on top and lightly folding it over and towards the back of the hair tie that's holding all of my hair right now. And because you have curls, ladies, and your natural hair, use the volume. Using the soft bristle brush again, just to smooth out any edges. I really like this brush because it keeps the shine in my hair without having to add any extra product. It is a wave brush that men use on their hair to create waves. And it's perfect for these kinds of situations where you need a lot of shine and sheen left in your hair, because for updos you want it to look, shiny. So I'm folding it all and pinching it into one location, right back by the hair tie, if you can see. And I'm going to come from one side and I'm going diagonal, and I'm going to bobby pin on one side down towards the hair tie so that it has something to hold on to. And then I'm going to come on the other side and create that X formation again. I'll probably say this 1,000 times within the video, but that's only because it took me forever to figure out how to do bobby pins without having to use 50 million of them and then losing them all over the house and vacuuming them up in my vacuum cleaner. You will lose way less and use way less bobby pins if you use this X formation technique in your hair with the bobby pins. So see, 2 right there. And then this is just checking to see if there's any loose ones or making the bun more uniform. And I'm using a more open bobby pin here just to stick straight into the middle of the mass of the bun to hold any looser, shorter ones from the top layer that may be sticking out or that don't look right, or just to make it even and uniform. It's really up to you and how you like your bun to look. I got away with 4 bobby pins, ladies. 4. So you can see what it looks like. And then this is what it would look like if I just added a flower. I mean, you could wear this here to, an office job or any kind of interview or holiday party, Thanksgiving. Very simple but elegant. And that's just a close-up of the twists on the top. So for this next one, you're going to need a hairnet. And I got that at like a flea market. Some clips to hold your twists. You can use that kind of clip if you want. And bobby pins, of course. So I have a center part going on right now, but for this hairstyle, I'm going to need a side part. So to make it a little bit easier, I just flip all of my hair to one side, and then I work on parting it. So moving it all over to where I kind of want it, and then going from like the arch in my brow and using that as my guide to give me my side part. It really gives me a full bang across my eye for any kind of side bang that I'm trying to do with these updos. And this is just placing all of your hair before you start in on the actual updo. So now I'm just going to part it. I want a front bang, like almost like we were going to use it as a bang itself. It does not matter how the part is done. It doesn't have to be straight. You're not going to see it. So I'm just twisting it to get it out of the way, and this is what the clip is for. It holds it out of the way. These are like those old school 90s clips, but they're awesome. And then there's 2 ways to do this. This is the first way. This is what I like to call like my side high ponytail. So you pull all of the rest of this up to one side. You can, straighten out your kitchen if you want to. You can leave it. For purposes of this video and because I'm doing updo, I'll probably brush it. But for the most part, I mean, you can really just throw your hair up and it still looks nice. And once again, with the hair tie, I'm only going to pull it through the one time so that you really have a lot of hair to work with. And you can pull more and more through that hair tie if you only pull it through once. Now undoing the bang. This is going to look like it was just all clipped onto one side, and that's really what you're going for. So, you know, some of the curls kind of dried, funky or whatever, you might want to use your water bottle to re-wet it and spray it. It's okay to get it wet, you know, move it around, play in your hair. Get really comfortable with your hair and what your hair will do and what you need to do with your hair to manipulate it. This is what I need to do with my hair in order to get the curls to sit where I need them to sit. I have to get it wet when I'm working with it. Now I want a bigger look, so I'm going to take my blow dryer to it, and really I just don't have a certain way I'm going about this. I am really just focusing on the area where I want it to be bigger, and that is where I'm going to blow dry it. I'm blow drying it all over to one side so it stays on that side, and then I'm going to get underneath on the other side here in just a second and just show you how I give it just a little bit more volume, because the more wind, if you've ever noticed when you're taking out your hair outside, the more wind that you get on your hair, the fuller your hair becomes. And I probably spend a lot more time on this hairstyle, you know, if I was going out in it, but for, you know, the purpose of this video, and so it's not a 3-hour long video where I'm showing you how to get your perfect curls and where to place them, this is what you would do. And if you wanted to keep messing with it, you could, you know, and I sprayed the side just to smooth it out and brush it up a little bit. So this is what it would look like, and it's just a side ponytail, and it looks like it's all one thing. Now you could embellish it a little bit. This is just a hairnet that I attached to a headband, and this is how I use it. I use the headband section in the front and the hairnet, the half of the hairnet, towards the back. Now I'm going to hide all of that band underneath my hair, and this hairnet is like really cool because it's got some sparkles in it on the sides and stuff in the net part of it. So, you know, you could hide up that side if you wanted to, and it just gives it a little extra something. It matches my shirt, makes the white pop on my shirt. So see, now you can't even see the band part of it because my hair is hiding it. And this here is how it looks if you were to do this on your hair with a 3 to 5 day curl. You know, you've let your curls go for 3 to 5 days. I like it better on an older curl instead of a freshly washed and conditioned curl. So then now I'm going to show you where you can go directly from here. So clipping the bang out of the way and letting all of this down. You're going to do the flat twist again, like I showed you before when we parted it in the center. Now we're taking it from the side. And I'm going straight back towards the middle of my head, basically. Twisting inward. And there's really no like parting or particular way of doing it. If you know how to do cornrows, you're just grabbing and kind of pulling it into a braid. It's the same kind of thing with flat twists. You're just twisting. Just twist and let it be. And I'm going to take the 2 bobby pins again, one from the inside, one on the out, making that X formation. X formation, and that holds it because you're taking that top layer that's twisted inward, and that's the part that you're twisting towards the top and pinning. Now I'm going to take my hairnet. This hairnet's kind of an older hairnet, and so it's really stretched out. Now when you go and you get these hairnets from the flea market, or if you're on the East Coast, like I know Pathmark has them, things like that, the elastic is very tight, so you're not going to have to do this next step that I'm going to have to do, but I've had this one for a very long time, so in order to make it work so it doesn't slide off my head, I'm actually going to wrap it around my hair, fold it up under, and then pin it to my hair. And even on the tight ones, you probably will want to pin the top section, but because this is a very loose hairnet and I've had it for a long time, I'm going to pin up the bottom half of it so it wraps around my hair the right way and it looks nice and uniform instead of just kind of hanging off my head. I'll just fast forward through this section. Like I said, you may want to pin up the top portion so that it doesn't slide off. And then it just gives you, I like to go right back towards the twist and pin it to the twist. That gives you another little extra security on your twist if you feel like it's going to come loose. Like I said, I only use a lot of bobby pins when I'm going out dancing. Helps hold your hair. So here you're just going to undo it and have your front bang out. So the next step that you can do here is what is called a pin curl. And I love pin curls. I love pin curls on straight hair. I love pin curls on natural hair. Taking my soft bristle brush again and just kind of smoothing it out here in the front. But I don't want to lose my volume. I don't want to pull it straight. I'm not pulling hard even though it may look like it. I'm handling this very loosely. I'm going to work all the way to the end and smooth it completely out on the end as well. You want to get as much of it into your hands as you can because you're going to tuck and roll in towards itself. You're rolling in on itself. And you're going to head straight back for the part that's pulled back into your bun or pulled back into your, in this case, it's your hairnet. And I'm going to pin that center curl, the pin curl, that's why it's called the pin curl. You're going to pin that center curl to your hair. So you want to try and get into the very center of that swirl and go down and back towards your hair. So down and back. And then once again, using the X formation, the X technique with the bobby pins, I'm coming on the other side and going down and back and over that other bobby pin. One side's underneath the bobby pin, the other side's on top. And see, 2 bobby pins holds that pin curl. You would never think so, but it holds it and it holds it quite well. So I could put a red flower in there. I could put a black to kind of offset the red that's going on. And it's a very 40s classical look. I absolutely love this look. So here we have a curl that's 3 to 5 days old, and I have a fro, and it's froed out. This is how I normally wear it, and hey, you could go to the holiday party like this if you wanted to. But I love this look, and I just wanted to show you how to do some updos off of a curl that's 3 to 5 days old. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of my hair to one side like I showed you before. And I'm not going to worry about the part too much on this one. I'm just going to move it all to one side and taking that one section as if there was a part there, and the same kind of twist that we did for the hairnet one, moving all of my hair out of the way. This is on dry hair, 3 to 5 day old hair, and this is a very quick updo that you can do, and it's cute. It's just very simple, but it's cute. You're going to flat twist this section, just this front section. You're not grabbing a whole bunch of hair here, and you're just going to take it from the scalp and flat twist it up towards the rest of your hair. Now with this one, you're not doing something that's like really technical. The X formation again, you can really see that I've just brought it up so that my hair that I'm twisting matches with that front bang, so it looks like a uniformed afro. You see how it started here? And I'm going to take it from the scalp and I'm going to flat twist inward and up so that the stuff that is sticking out matches with that front bang. So it's going to look like one circular side fro that took me a long time to do when really in actuality it doesn't. And the same thing, you're going in diagonal towards the side and back on one side on the inside, and then on the back side creating that X again almost underneath the twist. And when your hair's big like this, I feel like you need even less bobby pins because your hair just kind of stays where you need it to stay. At least with my hair it does. Yeah, when I move it there, that's where it stays. And if I have any issues with where it's staying, or because, you know, I had it all as a front bang before, so now I'm trying to get it to go side, just get it wet. Your hair likes moisture. Your hair likes water. It's okay to get it wet. And I'm just taking an extra bobby pin in here and probably going, yeah, I went across the ones that were already in there just to kind of hold the bobby pins in place that were there. Like I said, you can get it wet and just move them where you need them to go. So I'm trying to get it all up and kind of wild on one side. So that may require a little bit of water to get it to go where I want it to go. See, real simple. And you've just got the side twist going right here. And I particularly like a flower in that side twist, so I'm just going to take this flower that's already been pre-attached to a long bobby pin and come in from the top. It really doesn't matter where you're pinning it at, just find a loose section and make the flower look right, and setting it right in there. That looks like it took forever to do, when in actuality the longest part was trying to get your curls to sit where you wanted them to. This is just what it looks like from the back. I'm going to take you to another hairstyle. So I've undone the twist. This one is going to take a ton of bobby pins, and I mean, like, you're gonna need a package of bobby pins, but yeah, more and more. But believe me, by the time you're done with this, you are gonna be like, cool, this is awesome. I'm glad I bought a package of bobby pins. So get one side of your head completely wet. You want it completely wet so that you can take this brush that I'm going to show you here in a minute. It's got stronger bristles than the brush that I had before. All the bristles are together, but the bristles are harder. And it's like $1 or $2 at Walmart. It's a very cheap brush, but it works wonders. And you're just going to brush just the part that's by your scalp so that you get the feel of where you want your hair. This is all I'm doing. I'm not even pinning it yet. I'm just putting it where I want it to go. Now with these bobby pins, you're thinking of this as a side mohawk. So you're going to do a line. So I just put one in there. So I'm going to put the next one. I'm just holding it. Like there's no specific parts or anything. I'm pushing it up and holding it. And I want to meet that bobby pin up to the other bobby pin and make a line with it. You got to picture it as almost like back in the 80s they had the banana clips. So if you had a clip or a comb that was going into that one side, you're creating that same kind of comb, but with bobby pins. So you're creating one long line down the side of your head. And it really doesn't matter how the bobby pins look because your hair is going to cover these bobby pins when you're done. But just try and match them all up in one long line, like as if you had one huge bobby pin that you were able to run down the side of your head. Did I totally just date myself by saying back in the 80s? Oh well. I feel like I should sing to you guys or something while you're watching this because there's like all this dead space. I usually leave the front for last so I can see how everything's sitting. I'm going to slow this part down because I really want you to see how you pin this next section. With this section, you have all of your bobby pins going vertically down your head. These ones are going to go horizontally across the bobby pins, like into the fro. So one part's going to go underneath and the ridged part is going to go on top. And that's going to secure that bobby pin that's going vertically down your head to your head. It's not going to go anywhere now. So you're going to do the same thing with this next one that is right here. And it's okay if you catch the bobby pin that's in front of it, but this is the one that you're taking right here. And you're going to take your bobby pin and once again slide the flat part underneath one part of the bobby pin. So it's like you're creating the X again. You're going in between the two openings on that bobby pin. So the flat side's going in between and the rib side's going on top of the other rib side. And that's just going to hold it in there. And you're going straight into your fro. Across the bobby pin, straight in. And I really wanted to slow this part down because it really took me forever. And a lot of tutorials that I watched, I just never understood how the bobby pins go in and how exactly you get them to stay and hold. So I found this technique, just through trial and error. So see, that one's going vertically across or horizontally, however you want to look at it. And the other one's going to go the opposite direction. Straight into it to hold it down. And up close, that looks like it's all messed up or bumpy, or the side does. But you'll see when I go to let this go and this hairstyle is done that it's going to look flawless. So there's the one that's already there. And you're taking the open bobby pin and you're sliding it in between. So one part's on the bottom, one part's on the top. And it's going straight into it. Depending on how you know, if you're doing this on a curl that's 2 to 3 days old, you may need more than one bobby pin going like vertically or horizontally into the other bobby pin. You may need more than one, because depending on your hair texture and how old your curl is, I mean, there's a lot of different factors. You're going to have to play around with your hair and your hair texture. But for mine, because this is on a recently washed and conditioned and oiled and moisturized, I mean, I did a oil treatment on my hair. It's a very loose curl and a very loose pattern. It's not very thick right now, so I'm able to manipulate it a little bit easier than I normally would on a 2 to 3 day old curl. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys a close-up so you could really see how to put those in there. And you're just going to go all the way down. It's just the repeated process on each bobby pin that's all the way down your head. You're going to go in that X formation again. I can't stress it enough. That X does wonders. And see? Then it's all to one side, and the curls that are there on the top, scrunch them down, pull them up. They're going to hide those bobby pins. You're not going to see the bobby pins. And it's just, you know, it's an awesome kind of edgy hairstyle, especially if you're going out to a party. So yeah, wear this hairstyle with caution because it is going to attract a lot of attention. You go dancing and flip your hair. See, like this, it ain't going nowhere because of all those bobby pins. It's awesome, but it will attract a lot of attention. And like I said, I leave the front bang for last so I can see exactly how it's going to sit once I get it all pinned. And I use the same exact technique, one going vertically, one going horizontal, the X technique in the front, and then that'll hold it exactly where it needs to be. And it just really depends on where I started the front of my pinning. Sometimes I don't even need one in the front. See, now it's not going to go anywhere. Like the front bang, I don't have to worry about it all night because I have it pinned right. So this is just what it looks like from the side, and you can see from far away how that would look almost like it was shaved. In the back. And yes, girl, yes, hey. Work it out, work it out, work it out. Posing for you. See? Yes, yes. Gives you that nice false shaved look without having to shave your head. Can't speak tonight. Yes. So yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, plug right here, follow me on Instagram. You know that I like my hair big. So if I want to make it bigger, obviously, I'm going to pick it a little bit. And if I wanted to even spend more time on this, I could take the blow dryer to it. But less heat is better, so just pick it and leave it be. And there is an awesome hairstyle. So now I'm taking you back to that pin curl that we had going in the front, and I'm going to show you what else you can do. So I'm going to separate out my hair and just grab this front portion almost like as a half up, half down. It does not have to be parted out perfectly, you just separate it. And I'm going to do a pin curl on the side like I did in the front, and I'm going to do it towards the center of my hair and up. So it's flattening out that edge. I'm going to roll it in. These are Victorian curls. And I'm just rolling it into the center of my head. And if you've ever worked with those curling rods or anything like that, it's the same kind of concept, except you're doing it with your hair because you have enough of it and it's natural. You don't have to worry about trying to put something in there. Just use your hair. And you're going to pin it from one side because it's a tunnel. You're going to pin one tunnel side down on the front. And then you're going to take a bobby pin and go on the back and pin down the tunnel to your head. On the bottom and the inside. Creating that X again. I mean, they cross over. If you're doing it right, it's a tunnel and you pin it to your head. And at the bottom of that tunnel, that's next to your head, you're going to create an X. One going in through the front, one going in through the back, and it's kind of at a diagonal, so you're going to create that X again. And doing the same thing to the other side, rolling it in, creating that tunnel, pinning in the front, and then taking a bobby pin and pinning it in the back. Now there's two ways you can do this. You can take your hairnet and you can bundle up the rest that's loose. And it gives you a little bit of an accent, and then you don't have to worry about doing another pin curl if you haven't gotten down the knack for it. It takes a little bit of practice to get pin curls down. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to take this back section and I'm going to do exactly what I did to the two sides and to the front. This is going to look like a very fancy updo when really it's very, very simple. So you're just pulling it straight up as if I was pulling it into a ponytail, straight up, and then I'm folding that all in, tucking it, and rolling it down. And I want to meet it up to the other two Victorian curls that are up at the top of my head. And it's the same concept, pinning it on each side, at the bottom to your head, bottom and side. And so you've got 3 Victorian curls, and then anything that's loose, I'm just kind of brushing up and smoothing it out. And so see, there's a loose section here, and I'm not going to try and pin it to the curl. I'm going to tuck it down inside that tunnel and just pin it down, because your hair will hide all of that. I mean, if there was anything that you didn't like, you could take that and just tuck it, and your hair will hide it all. So see, it's just a very cute updo, and it took you really no time at all to do. Once you get down those pin curls, there's so many hairstyles you can do with them. So I could take like a red sparkly head wrap, but I'm going to take the gold because I have gold accents in my shirt. And I'm going to wrap this around my head very loosely, just towards the back, at the very, very back, and then coming up towards that front pin curl and in front of the 2 side ones. It's not folding on any of the curls at all. And I'm just going to tie it at the back, and then the 2 loose ends I'm going to tuck in. So tie it in a knot, and then I'm just going to tuck it within itself. So that there's 1 loose end, and I'm tucking it in on one side. There's the other loose end, and I'm tucking it in on the other side. And then it's the same concept that we did with the hairnet and anything else. You're just tucking and placing it where you want it to sit and just positioning it. If you feel like it's going to come loose or anything, you can always take a bobby pin to it. But this just gives it an extra little oomph. If you had a headband, you could put a headband there. I mean, there's plenty of things that you could do with this. But this is just what I chose to do because there's gold in my shirt. It kind of brings it out and gives it an extra little pretty something for the holidays. Pose it out for you. Pose it out for you. Yes. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and there will be many more coming. Please rate, comment, subscribe. I love you guys. Bye.